Hello, everyone. Welcome. We have a very exciting guest today on the podcast, Aden. Hello, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, Aubrey. I am Aden. I was born and raised in Brazil, and I live in Itaúna City, Minas Gerais state.
Okay, awesome. So I love you're joining us from Brazil. Everyone out there, we are excited to bring one of our listeners, one of our students. Aden recently sent the loveliest email to our team about what she has gained from listening to Allers English and taking one of our courses. And it really was just a joy and a light in our lives. And so we wanted to invite Aden on the podcast. You're just such a force for good, a force for positivity at our very fun open conversation club in our community. So we wanted to share you a little bit with our listeners. Thank you for joining us today, Aden.
Thank you, Aubrey, for having me here.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. So give us a little bit of background about your English learning journey. How long have you been learning English?
Um, Now I am 52. I started my journey when I was 43. So 9 years. I
Okay,
am
so
not
it's
so
been
good
super
in
long.
maths.
I know that's me too, right? Don't ask me to do any math problems on the
I
fly,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Well, so I'm wondering what prompted you to start learning English? What was your why when you first got started?
Well, I think, Aubrey, it has to do how things change in life. Once I hit rock bottom and I figure out that there were two options for me: leaving the stone's shadow or crossing that valley of misery, searching for the sun. Yes, and I decided to move on towards the sun, and because I strongly believe that life is movement, you need to do something to change things. And for example, if you have a door closed, knock the door, do something, open the door, because it's a door, it's not a wall. And one of the doors that I opened in that time was English learning. And I believe that it was not a simple door. I opened a gate of a castle. English is a castle for me.
Oh
Yes.
man, Aden, I love all of these metaphors you're using. I want to highlight some of them here. First of all, you're saying you sort of hit rock bottom in your life. You were going through a time of darkness and you had a choice of whether
Yes.
to choose, to change something, dwell in that darkness, or go toward the sun, as you said it, right?
Yes.
Find something that
Yes.
brought you more light and positivity. And I love that English was that for you. And I love this thought of, we say if there's a door, knock on it, do something to open a door. And I love that you're saying it's actually a gate, right? The gate, a giant door of a castle, that it was something
Yes.
much bigger than the average opportunity. And why is that?
Exactly.
What about English sort of opened these bigger opportunities for you?
Oh, it's kind of I am learning more and more because all the time I believe that I am stuck in some point. So, and ours English has been pushing me to learn more, to face my fear. Yeah. So I think it's my or our secret to be better.
Okay, I love that because as you guys know out there listening, Aden, as you know, we're all about connection, not perfection here. And that does have a lot to do with giving us that confidence to overcome fears, to move on and reach goals when we're not stuck trying to be exactly perfect and we're just trying to
Hmm.
see progress. I love that. Okay, Aden, I want to ask you about I know you took the Connected Communicator course that we have here at All Ears English. For those of you who are unfamiliar, this is a really fun course where Lindsay did a road trip
Yes.
across the US, visited every corner of the USA, chatted with locals. It's such a fun course. But Adent, what
Yes.
was your experience? How did you like the Connected Communicator course?
Um, it's because, as I told you, I was kind of stuck in some routine, yes, and with Connected Communicator, I could improve my skills and to be honest, I could never had imagined how amazing diversity is, and although it's also contentious sometimes, as Lindsay had
Yes,
said.
these different topics, right? We go into a
Yes,
lot of these very controversial issues, gay rights, gun rights
yes,
in the US. So, yeah, you heard a lot of
yes.
topics and conversations that were quite controversial.
And US is the shelter of diversity, the human diversity. Yes, and more than this, the inspiring stories, multiple culture, put me in a position that to set higher goals for myself.
Okay, I love that. So, all of the diversity you saw with the people that you're hearing interviews with, the positivity, it's very motivational. So, you felt like
Yes.
that caused you to expect more of yourself to set these higher goals. I love that.
Yeah.
So you finished the course. What would you say is your favorite thing? Like, what was the favorite thing you learned or the favorite conversation heard? What is a highlight from that Connected Communicator course?
Um, I think I had the access to the community, yes, and community puts me in my uncomfortable zone where I
Mm.
recognize that I need more if I want to have real connection. So, uh, because Aubrey, it's really hard to face your fear to make or for making mistakes, and it has been an improvement for me in my personal life too. Yes.
Okay, so you would say just being able to be a part of the All Ears English community was the highlight.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that because anyone who signs up for any of our courses is automatically able to join this community, whether you're taking Connected Communicator, the Business English course, IELTS, all of them. And then you're part of this supportive community that Aden is talking about, facing your fears, putting yourself out there, and getting support from other English learners. And also being able to come to Open Conversation Club. I wanted to ask you
It's
about that,
amazing.
Aden. You've been coming to that for a while. It's so fun to see you there every week. What do you think
Yeah.
about Open Conversation Club for those out there who aren't aware of it or who aren't attending yet?
Oh, it's amazing meeting people from all over the world. And I don't know the name of the feeling that I have, but for example, I try to explain it. Last week, I was flabbergasted when I was in a conversation room with a Romania girl, and she was trying to remember a word describing the object and so on. She gave up and she asked Google Translator in Romania, aspirador, and I jolted in my chair and I told her, wow, aspirador, it's vacuum cleaner, is aspirador in Portuguese too. And how come? Maybe we have the same great pa in common. We are almost cousins. And what I mean, for me, is like I am touching small miracles and someone so far from me that we might never meet in life. Yes, we have uh, the same language, almost the same. I know that we have the same Latin roots, but the same word, the same spelling, pronounced the same way. It's blew my
Mind-boggling. I love it. Oh, that's such a great story. It's so cool, like you said, to be meeting people from all over the world, but then to be finding these commonalities, both in your languages, like you said, you have the same roots. So you meet someone from Romania and discover you have similarities in language, but also
yeah.
in life, right? We're talking about our hobbies and our interests. And so often that happens where you find that you have so much in common with someone, like you
Yes.
said, you might never meet in real life, or you might never
Never.
have had a chance to chat with if you weren't part of the community. So I love that. Thank you, Aden. So fun.
Okay.
One last question I want to ask you,
Mhm.
how has being a part of this community, the All Ears English community, how would you say, what's the biggest way that this has changed your life?
I am better to face my fear
Mm,
to talk in English. Yes, I am participating with you in the community, and sometimes I have the courage to be in a live event and to talk with someone. It's my improvement in English. Yes, I don't know if I know that I am not fluent. Yes, but I am trying and keep
Oh, I love
going.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much that you are encouraged and supported to keep going, connecting in English, overcoming those fears. I think that's the biggest way we can improve our language is when we get past that fear and
Yes.
we get the support from a community that can help encourage us to put ourselves out there. Like you said, Aden, you're often posting things you're interested or interesting questions and sparking a conversation in the community, which
Yeah.
in turn gives someone else the opportunity to overcome their fear and be a part of the conversation practicing their English. So I just want to thank you,
Yes.
Aden, for being an amazing member of our community. Thanks for joining us on the
Thank
podcast to
you.
share your
Oh,
experience.
thank you, Aubrey.
Yes, and hopefully we'll see you here again very soon. And for all of you
Yes.
out there listening, we want you to get to know Aden and all of the other members of our community. You can sign up for any course at All Ears English to come to Open Conversation Club to be a part of this community. So go to allearsenglish.com/courses for details on all of these amazing classes. And Aden and I both will see you in the community. Thank you, Aden. We'll see you next
Okay.
time.
See you, Aubrey. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.